Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us. What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
All right.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Hello, I'm Billy Cobbin, Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Hey, it's Kay Boning with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Karen.
I'm Toy. And I'm Denise.
And from all of us at Walker County Federal Credit Union, good morning, Huntsville.
Hello, Josie.
Hello.
Oh, wow. You sound really right there. Try it again.
Hello.
Wow, I don't know what's going on. Everything is like super. All right, try again, Josie.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Would you like a cup of tea? Why am I locked up? Do you see this?
Yes.
This is totally false. What is going on, man? Dwayne is not on this show this morning. Do you see that?
I do.
Man, there's like something really weird. Hold on. Let's go back to our, you know what we can do? Let's go back to our sponsor image there. There we go. All right. Now we're going to do a little work behind the scenes that nobody gets. That is so strange. Like, why is Dwayne still on from, you know what it is? It's because I closed my laptop yesterday and then I didn't reset it.
Oh.
So, yeah. So there we go. There we go. Welcome in. It just took a while to get started this morning. What's up, Josie?
Nothing much. Happy to be here.
Yeah, I promise it's not Dwayne. It's Josie and Rob here this morning. So, hey, we want to welcome you in as we get started here. Another edition of Good Morning Huntsville. As always, our pleasure. We are counting down the days to 365. You know what today is? 362.
Nice.
So we just have just a few more episodes to go, Josie, before we hit that all-encompassing 360. I don't know what the importance is of that. I guess because it's associated with a year.
I think so. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, you know, that's pretty cool that y'all are still hanging out with us after all these episodes. Some have dropped off. Some have came on. Hey, do us a favor. If you have never shared this broadcast before, this show before, can you please hit like and share and help us? You know what? Okay, good. Our audio is working. Man, I was like, man, everything's going array today. Do us a huge favor. Like and share this broadcast so we can continue to promote the good here in our community. I'm Rob Hipp, along here with Josie Stowers as we welcome you into another edition of Good Morning Huntsville. It's always our joy and privilege to be with you each and every morning. Big shout out, as always, to our friend Elliot Herzlich of Elliot's Jewelers online at elliotsjewelers.com. For all of your jewelry needs, go see my good friend Elliot Herzlich. He will take excellent care of you. You hear about him every morning, every day on this show. go by and support these local businesses. And, of course, we could not be here this morning without Paul Oley, the gallery. Paul, we appreciate you. Love you, man. And also our great friends, our foundation sponsor here on Wednesday, making it a wonderful Wednesday every Wednesday. Today with us, Josie Stowers of Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools and the Tomorrow's Promise Education Foundation. Josie, great to see you.
Great to see you too.
I know that you're all excited, whenever you get to come in here early in the mornings, right?
Yes, it's a lot of fun.
It feels so weird. It feels like there's like silence in here this morning.
It does. It feels quieter than normal.
Do you notice that?
I think it's because Rick's been on the past few times I've been on.
Yeah, I have. It just feels like quiet for some reason, which is fine with me. It's no big deal. Hey, so many great things that have happened in our community, that are about to happen in our community. Fair on the Square is right around the corner. And if you head over to our website at hellohuntsvilletx.com, Michelle has done a fabulous job unloading the events on our website.
Awesome.
I think every single person in the community that has or every organization in the community, including their pets, have scheduled some sort of a fall festival event. I was going through, literally, October the 26th is the day in Huntsville. If you have nothing to do on October the 26th, you can, trust me, you can do something every 15 minutes in this
Just
community.
walk out your front door.
Man, I'm serious. Like, she was sitting there when we sent out the newsletter. We put out the newsletter every Thursday. And that newsletter now reaching nearly 2,000 people right here in our community, which we're very thankful for. But, man, I'm telling you, as we go through those events yesterday, I was sitting down with Michelle. She goes, Mr. Hip, do you see it? It's funny because she calls me, you can just call me Rob, but she's very respectful. She said, Mr. Hip, do you see all of these events? I was like, yeah, that's nuts. And she was just sitting there scrolling and scrolling. It was like it would never stop.
Oh, my goodness.
So, yeah, October the 26th, mark your calendars. There's something for everyone happening here in Huntsville. But a lot of great fall festival events going on, many churches, many organizations. Tara Burnett over at Hart's Veterans Museum, they're getting ready to have their Veterans Breakfast. And then later on this month, going to have a great trunk or treat, and we're looking forward to being out there for that. This weekend coming up, I believe on Sunday, Elkins Lake has their little annual picnic that they have out there for the residents. So that's happening. We'll be out there with Spirit Radio playing some great uplifting music. Man, it seems like Saturday, of course, Fair on the Square.
Yes.
Almost forgot about that. And this year, I don't know everything that's going on. It's the first year that I'm not assisting the chamber with Fair on the Square just because we're so busy here at the church. We actually provide transportation to and from Bowers.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so we're going to be busy with the buses and driving. Now, I won't. I don't have my CDL, so I don't get to drive the bus. But we'll have a few booths here set up at the church, and then our parking lot, we open that up as well for the petting zoo and all sorts of things.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, it's going to be a very busy next few days. Thursday, for me, I have Coach's Show for New Waverly, football broadcast Friday, family coming into town Friday, Saturday all day Fair on the Square, Sunday, of course, church, the picnic, then our pastor's wife, Linda Bay's, her birthday. So we're having a celebration out at our pastor's at his place out there for his mom. Bridget was like, that's a lot for the kids to do over the week. I said, good. Let's
keep them busy.
Keep them busy and keep them tired. So, and if you want your kids to stay busy, there's no better place in the community for them to stay busy than Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. Not only will they stay busy, but they will stay engaged and they will stay entertained learning the Montessori method. Josie, when is your year anniversary? Is that coming up soon?
January.
It's right around the corner.
Yep.
You've made it past the honeymoon phase.
I have.
What have you, and by the way, Josie Stowers over marketing. What is your official title? A little bit of everything?
I think it's marketing and event specialist.
Okay. Marketing and event specialist. But, comma, ET et al., right? Everything. Whatever needs to be done,
yes.
You do it. So we're talking almost a year coming up in January. What have you learned? What has been some of the biggest takeaways that you've learned that you did not know heading in to working for a Montessori school?
The biggest thing I've learned is that children are so smart. I have a business degree. I never planned to work in a school, but I'm thankful that I do now. But these children are so smart. They learn so quickly, and they pick up on all of the little things, and they are so much more responsible than a lot of people let them become. It's really neat to see that my mom's a public school teacher. She teaches first grade, and it's very neat to see the different dynamics. I grew up going to work with her sometimes. And one of the biggest things for me was one day there was a spill in the classroom. And while the teacher is making sure all the other children are working and getting their lessons and everything, there were about 3 students that were mopping it up. They just went and got the towels and did everything to make sure it was cleaned up. And that was really impressive for me. This was in the 3 to 6 class. These are young children, and they get it. They know exactly what they're doing, and they're so smart and so responsible. It's very interesting.
I love hearing what you've learned through this process. I've learned a lot with my children going there, and I'm not talking it up just because you guys are on this show or promote it. And Braylon has very much excelled. Caden is back at home with Bridget right now while she's in between jobs, looking for work. And so she said, let's bring him back home for a little bit because she wanted mama time with the baby.
Yes.
So I know Caden is missing being there because he was making friends. But Braylon is loving it there. She talks about it all the time. And we'll have Caden back in there once, Bridget finds some work. But one of the coolest things that I love about what my daughter has learned is she comes home and she tells stories.
Oh.
She tells stories, and her stories at night, we do story time. I read to her every night, and then I'll ask her, do you want to tell a story? Well, she knows how to tell stories now, and she'll make up stories. Now they're fragmented and jumbled, but that's the cool thing about it, right?
Yeah.
And so, but she always brings up her friends from school. Every story she tells, there's a little girl named Catalia, and she's always talking about Catalia. And Catalia this, and Catalia that. And Catalia got me in trouble, and I was in timeout. But then the dinosaur came, and the dragon came and started blowing fire. And I'm like, where do you come up with this stuff? It's the coolest thing watching firsthand as a parent, watching your children grow and learn. And for those of you that aren't parents yet, Josie, it's coming one day. It is the greatest thing in the world. People always used to say, oh, having children's so great. I used to think, whatever, it's just a child. No, it really is. And it's cool to see your child mold and grow and develop and see their little attitudes come out.
Yes.
Sometimes you want to put their little attitudes in the closet and tell them to keep it with them. But it's the greatest thing. And I know for you being there, it's cool because one day you're going to be a mama and you get to see these things.
Yes.
Maybe highlight that a little bit about what you see on that front.
It amazes me the growth that these children make from the time, if some of them start in the nursery and then move up through all the classrooms, but even seeing the ones that come in just for the pre-K program. It's so cool to see how much they grow and learn, and it's like they unlock their full potential with the Montessori method. They can do things that really interest them and learn more about a specific thing versus having to, I guess, learn a whole bunch of things that don't really make sense all at once. You can they're allowed to find their own way.
I'm doing that in college right now. I'm going to learn a bunch of things that don't make a lot of sense right now.
Yes, yeah.
Well, it is cool. Children can find their own way. And friends, I'm telling you right now, if you need a place, you're looking for a place, or you're an expecting mom and you said, what am I going to do? Tomorrow's Promise will take care of your children. Please visit them online. Tomorrowspromise.info is the website. Kay and Rick do a fabulous job. This is a passion of Kay's. She is dedicated to children learning this Montessori method. It's something that I had no clue what it was until I met Kay, and I've been very thoroughly educated in the Montessori method. Part of that I want to piggyback on, and normally we take a break right now. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and take a break. We'll take our break as we are about 15 minutes in this morning. Do us a favor. Let us know that you're out there. A lot of friends watching us this morning. Our Huntsville, Texas News and Events group, man, that group, we are so thankful, has taken off. Almost 26,000 members in that group.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, wouldn't it be cool if all 26,000 joined the show in the morning?
That would be really awesome.
But many of you are joining this morning from that group. Sherry Ingram over at K-Star, so good to see you this morning, Sherry. See, we don't get to see these on our other platforms, so I have to go on my phone. Chase is watching us. Chase Blosser. Good, Chase, I haven't seen you in a while, man. Good to see you. Matthew Johnson, all the way up in Minnesota, joining us today. Don Blevins is joining us in the group. Welcome in. Brenda Poe from the Huntsville Item. Brenda, great to haven't seen you in a while either, Brenda. Hope you're doing well. She does great work with the Item. My sister, Rebecca Schaefer, joining us this morning. She's at work in Georgetown. If you're in that Huntsville, Texas News and Events group, say hello to us. We'd love to see you this morning. Just like Nathan Smith, who's chiming in. Roger Burnett saying good morning. Steph Valley over at Magnolia Kennel saying today is a great day. Nathan's over at Ink Slingers this morning, so they're slinging some ink over there at Ink Slingers. They do a great job with T-shirts, screen printing, all sorts of things. So, Nathan, good to see you on this morning. We appreciate you, my friend. I said Roger Burnett. Roger, always great to see you on. Steph Valley over at Magnolia Kennel joining us today. Autumn Wheaton is joining. She said Beth Prim. Do you know what this is? Autumn, explain that a little bit more. Beth Prim. Do you know what that is? Autumn, let us know what that is, if you don't mind. El Turpinning joining us from the big city of New Waverly, Texas. So great to see you on this morning. We do have more Skittles in here that Mayor hasn't picked up yet. Mayor Humphrey, you need to come get your Skittles, man, because we may have to give them to El Turpinning. Carolyn Gibson joining us this morning. We call her the grandmother of George of Huntsville. Jennifer Augustinetti with us today saying good morning. It's a wonderful Wednesday. I love what she always says. So positive. Find a Bible study to attend this evening. Y'all have a blessed day. Quentin Glaze, our number one engager. And many of you are saying, what does that mean? Number one engager means Quentin engages in everything that we do. We need to have a special award for you, Quentin, man.
Yes.
Appreciate all your support. And I love the emojis. Little sunshine, little fall. Are you feeling festive yet? Fall?
I am. I wore a sweater today just because I know it's going to be hot later. But
I was going to ask you about that. Were you just kind of feeling the fall?
I was.
Moment?
I was hoping that by starting to wear warmer clothes, maybe the weather will follow me.
Could go up to where Matthew is in Minnesota. It'll definitely follow you back. Jamie Saucier over at Saucier Woodworks joining us as well. Appreciate him. You know, there's a lot of great woodworkers in this community. Jamie engages with us every morning. Brother, we appreciate you and love you so much, man, and your wife, Nina, just wonderful folks in our community. Jamie does great work. He did our sign for it. Did that. You know what? He gifted that to me.
Wow.
And I'm going to tell you, if you're a business in town, Ink Slingers, you're watching this morning, man, if you need a custom sign, Jamie Saucier does such incredible work. He, along with many other guys, I know 3 woodworkers in this community alone, just great folks. And one of those is Scott Valley, who does a tremendous job with what he does. And then our buddy Blaine McAdam of McAdam's Wood Creations, who's also in WCRC with us. They all do great work. But Jamie, man, thank you so much. I always talk about that sign. I just love it. It's such a gift. And he put like that resin in that. Do you see that?
Yes, it's beautiful. I feel like you can't really tell how beautiful it is in the camera.
No,
it still looks good, but
you know what's fun
it's
about
a lot better in person.
You know what's fun about Hey, Brian Smith joining us as well from Fargo, North Dakota. So welcome in, Fargo. Oh, Autumn said sorry. I was tagging her to see if she wanted to talk with y'all about Character Quest. I think that's an event coming up.
Oh.
So yeah, please do that. That would be great. That was Autumn chiming in. I do love this because you never know where we're going to go on this show. But the cool thing is, Josie, watch this real quick. We're going to do, well, we don't want to do that. I'm not a good selfie guy. All right, Josie, you ready for this? Let's see if this will work. I'm going to hold my phone up here. We're going to go over here. We're going to go to Rob's phone. Oh, there it is.
Yes.
Yeah, see that? Does that give you the whole look now?
It does.
And, like, Jamie did such an awesome job with that, I guess it's called resin. Is that right? That resin stuff. You ever messed around with that?
No, I haven't, but that sounds right.
It's like, oh, that sounds about right. So there you go. Jamie did that for us, man. We appreciate that, brother, so much. It's so cool. Hey, we got some exciting announcements that we're going to make. Let's take that break. I know I said I was. Let's take the break. We'll be back. Something is going to launch here in about 5 minutes, and we want to highlight that. It is an incredible opportunity for you as a community to give back. We're going to continue on. Before we take that break, do want to remind you we're giving away some money today. And guess what? Our phone line is up and working, so we will be calling somebody today. And all that you have to do is text in the keyword. What is that keyword, Josie?
Rest. R-E-S-T.
Said that very aggressively. Rest.
I want rest.
All you got to do is text in the keyword rest on the Zero Degree Creations phone and text line. That number is 936-339-0139. Text in rest, R-E-S-T, along with your name, a chance to win a little bit of money today. We'll send that your way for our lucky winner. We'll randomly pick a winner at the end of the show. Again, rest on the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line, 936-339-0139. As always, our shows every single wonderful Wednesday, brought to you by our friends at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, over 25 years of serving our community with childhood excellence. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. More to come. It's your show. This is Good Morning Huntsville.
Illuminate your child's future at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools in Huntsville. Established in 1997 by Kay Boning, our award-winning center merges Christian values with 25 years of Montessori excellence, promoting wonder and discovery in every child. As the only Montessori school within 45 miles, we provide a fun and friendly environment, individualized Montessori methods, and love and care as if each child were our own. Safety is a priority, and with a recent $50,000 investment, our facilities inspire growth, creativity, and learning. Plus, as a nonprofit, we open Montessori doors to families of all economic backgrounds. Partner with the community pillar where every child's promise shines bright. Discover Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools today. Visit tpms.life. That's tpms.life.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
40 Days USA. 40 Days of Prayer for Our Nation. Please join Zach Shields, student at Baylor University, as he prays over repentance from self-sufficiency and pride in the church. 40 days.
Every great revival in history in the church has been preceded by holy, humble, praying men and women. And I believe that we're in a time of this where people are being burdened away from pride, away from self-sufficiency, towards a humility, towards a holiness, and towards a call to prayer. And so, God, would you vacate our hearts? Would our hearts be emptied? Would our hearts be fully filled with you? Like Joshua, who lingered in the tent, Lord, would you burden our hearts with prayer? Would you burden our hearts with the desire to see you? God, we acknowledge that we're sinners. And Lord, we thank you that you gave us a way, that your son Jesus made a way for us. We love you so much. And we ask all these things in your name. Amen.
Join us as we pray for our nation by going to 40daysusa.com to receive the 40 Days USA prayer guide and other free resources. That's 40daysusa.com.
This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville.
This is Angela Volish with FCA Piney Woods West, and you're listening to The Spirit of Huntsville, spiritradio.fm.
Support for spiritradio.fm comes from loyal listeners just like you. Want to help spread the good news across Huntsville and beyond? Underwriting opportunities are available for loyal listeners, businesses, and nonprofits. Visit spiritradio.fm and tap Donate today.
About a little 66 degrees as you're waking up with us this morning, Huntsville. Many of you are probably already awake on your way to work, maybe already at work, maybe getting ready for it. Maybe you got a 9 a.m. shift. What is your typical? Are you an 8 a.m.er, 8 to 5er?
8 to 5, yes.
8 to 5er?
Yep.
Except on these kind of mornings?
Mm-hmm.
Do you get paid extra to come in and hang out with me?
No.
Do you get off at 4?
4:30.
Oh, you do get a 30-minute reprieve if you come today?
Yep.
Oh, all right. Cool. I knew Kay and Rick would take care. I just wanted to make sure. Hey, 66 degrees today, 90% humidity, though. We'll take that. It's better than 100%. 90% humidity this morning. We're going to get up to 90 today. It's been a little hot again, but at least not in the hundreds tonight. 67, Thursday, 90, Friday, 90. Oh, no. You know what I'm seeing on Saturday?
What?
Rain is in the forecast on Saturday.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man, 85 and a 40% chance of rain, mainly after 1 p.m. Did we have rain last year at Fair on the Square? I feel like we did. No, I don't think.
Last year was really hot.
I think it was the couple of years before that we had it. So, and how convenient. Look at the forecast. It's all clear, 90, clear, 85, clear. Saturday, 40% chance of rain. Then guess what? Saturday night, partly cloudy. Sunday, clear. Little chance of thunderstorms. Comes back on Sunday. So have fun. I'll be down. You're not going to be there. You have a wedding to go to.
Yes.
I was giving you a hard time. Like, hey, if there's a certain Mister watching, you know what I'm talking about, Josie. There's a certain Mister. Don't worry, I waited 6 years, and then 10 years for the wedding. You're like, don't say that, right, Josie? But no, you got a wedding you're going to.
Yes. My boyfriend's sister is getting married, so we'll be in Kingsville. And it never rains there, so won't have to worry about that.
You might, yeah, right. You might be all right. Hey, by the way, another hurricane has formed in the Atlantic, but not expected to affect anything here in the United States. In fact, way, way, way out there. It's Captain Kirk is spinning around. Star Trek has came alive out there. So William Shatner is out in the middle of the ocean right now. Captain Kirk, Hurricane Kirk, expected to become a major hurricane, but it's just going to kind of spin its way around out there. So really nothing too much in the way of affecting anything, even far away from Bermuda in that area. There is another tropical disturbance, though, that has a 90% chance of forming into a tropical depression or a tropical storm here in the next 48 hours. That is right off the African coast. Still very early right now to tell where that is going. Then you go over to the eastern Pacific, and there is another tropical depression there that may move across the Yucatan Peninsula. So we do have to keep our eye on this one. It is 11E is the tropical depression right now, just on the opposite side, the Pacific side. And, again, expected to come across and possibly dump into the Gulf of Mexico. If that happens, it could re-energize, and we'll see where that thing lands. Right now, still very early to tell. You know, forecasters said this season was going to be one of the busiest that we've had, and up until Helene, it really wasn't much. We had Beryl come through here, and then, my goodness, that Hurricane Helene has caused so much destruction and devastation. More so in North Carolina, in the Asheville area right now. Our prayers go out to that community and folks around. 60 people alone in that community have lost their lives, 160 now, and many, many more are still missing. 160 total from that hurricane. This has been the second most devastating hurricane as far as loss of life since Katrina, and then maybe the second in U.S. history. And so, and it's because of the flooding. Heartbreaking stories coming out of that area. There was one of a family with a 7-year-old, and they got to their roof because the floodwaters were coming very quickly, and unfortunately that roof and that whole house collapsed, and those folks lost their lives.
Oh, my goodness.
It's tragic, you know, especially as a dad now, and it hits you right here because you think about children, how innocent they are. And this little boy, Josie, apparently in that moment knew that his time was coming. And how could you fathom that at 7 years old? And from some of the reports that I was reading is that he was saying, God, take me. And it just breaks your heart thinking about a child having to go through that.
Yes.
And so, friend, you know, here's some inspiration this morning is think about your children, and for those that have children, for those of you who don't, think about your nieces, your nephews, think about the young ones in your lives, and you know, embrace them. Give them a hug. Tell them you love them. We should be doing that to everybody, every single day. In fact, this morning, I remember, I've been having some weird dreams lately, and I'll get into that in a minute. But this morning, I remembered whenever I used to leave, because I always tell Bridget goodbye and give her a kiss. And, you know, before we were both leaving at the same time, and now she's there at the house right now. And so I'll tell her, hey, I love you, sweetheart. Give her a kiss when I walk. You know, I started thinking about, I remember when I was young, I rode the school bus till I was a senior in high school. Don't make fun of me. Big yellow loser cruiser. But I remember my mother would work the late shift. She was a nurse. Love my mom. Love you, Mom, if you're out there this morning. She sleeps in these days. She deserves that. But I never will forget when I would leave in the mornings, because my mom would work the late shift, but she would be asleep most of the time when I left to catch the school bus, but I would always give my mom a hug and tell her I loved her every morning when I walked out. And, Mom, I just want you to know I love you, and I'm still thinking about that, even at 40 years old, how much of an impact that made on my life. So that's the inspiration this morning. Hug your parents, love them. The young ones out there, hug them and love them, and don't ever take this for granted. And by this, I mean our lives. Some of you may be in the darkest season of your life right now. I can't imagine what so many are going through, especially with everything going on. I mean, we have the ports now shutting down. That's causing panic. Don't go to H-E-B buying toilet paper. My hometown in Georgetown, they said that the H-E-B there's already ransacked.
Oh, my goodness.
Is it ransacked? Is that the right word, or ramsacked?
I think it's with an N.
Ransacked.
I think so.
I guess because you run and you sack it or something. I have no idea. But that HEB, apparently they're in town. They're about to build like their 4th HEB in my hometown, which does is
wow.
I'm like, how does that happen in that area? But apparently people are, what do you call it? Like they're panic buying right now.
Mm-hmm.
The deal is American-made products are going to be fine. It's all the foreign products. But you know what? These folks that work in these ports, they need to be taken care of. And I'm glad that there are unions, and don't get mad at them. They just want better pay and better benefits,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they deserve it. I won't get into a political thing, but if we can send millions and billions of dollars to aid other countries, this is about as political as I'm ever going to get on this show. If we can send billions of dollars to aid other countries, we can put money right back here into America and invest in our people and invest in this country. And I think that's what we need to do. And
Yes.
so those union workers that are fighting this, they have every right to do what they're doing. And I'm glad they're able to organize and do this.
Yes.
Now, is it going to affect us? Yeah. Some estimates in economics, economists say that this could impact the United States by $5 billion a day.
Wow.
And we're not talking just the ports in New York. We're talking down in Houston as well. This is big news right now. And I want to say all this. You guys that keep up with the news, you hear of this. You hear the ports shutting down. You know of the word is polarization in our political climate. That's been a buzzword lately. You know about all of these things happening. You know about the wars, unfortunately, that are going on. And now ground troops are now making their way into Lebanon. Just there's so much tension, so much anxiety, so much stress that we're all dealing with right now. And even though those things may not directly affect us, they indirectly affect us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Josie, you're a young person. Do you get stressed out when you hear about these things? And how do you kind of turn around and cope with it?
Yes, I get very stressed out. I guess coping with it is just being home, being with family, making sure to really take that time into account and never take it for granted.
Yeah, I think it's important, and I don't know if cope maybe was the wrong word I used, but it's just how do you navigate through it?
Mm-hmm.
I'll say this as a believer. I'll throw out my little breadcrumb as a believer. I love what our pastor said the other day here at First. He said, God's still on the throne. It's something that I never thought about until he said it, and it finally stuck with me. How many times can you hear someone say something and you're around them all the time, and finally after like 5 years you maybe pull one thing out of it, and I'm not
Yes.
saying that's the case here because there's a lot that our pastor here preaches that I'm able to take away. But it seems like really over the last couple of years, I've really been able to finally absorb what I've been hearing from people that are positive things. And that's one thing he said. He said, look, man, God's still on the throne.
Yes.
Yesterday, today, tomorrow. It doesn't matter who gets elected into office. It doesn't matter what's going on around the world. God's still on the throne. He goes, and guess what? For those that believe in him and and believe in the salvation of Jesus Christ, when we get to heaven, guess what's going to happen? He's still going to be on the throne. He never will move from the throne. And those are the things. The faith, Josie, is what gives me peace and comfort during these times. I was thinking too, it's weird. I go back, I was telling you, I've been having these weird dreams. I had a dream. Mom, if you're watching, tell me if this is true, because I don't think it is. Had a dream that there was a long lost brother of my grandmother that we never knew. And it wasn't until she passed that we found out about this in my dream. Now, my grandma passed in 2021. Had a wonderful relationship with. I talked to my grandma almost every day of my adult life. I miss her so much. But I had this dream last night. There's this random guy that was a little bit younger than my grandmother, and apparently this was a brother that we didn't know she had. Now, why did I dream this, right? And then I brought up something. This is so strange that I'm remembering this because I never remember my dreams. And I brought up, this was so weird. It's weird to even talk about this dream. But I was telling him about how blessed we were to have my grandma in our life and that she's in heaven now and that brings peace and comfort.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out, sometimes dreams mean something. I don't get weird into this stuff. But in this dream, this unknown person that I don't think exists, Mom, if he exists, let me know. Do you have an uncle out there that we don't know about? But this unknown person in my dream that apparently was my grandmother's brother got upset at me for saying that. And he, in my dream, he said, God's never done anything for me, and I don't ever want to hear about him again. Isn't that weird?
Yes.
It's so strange that I dreamed that.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, I get up to do something. I come back, and he's gone. I had money in my wallet. I went through my wallet, make sure in my dream he didn't take the money. He got upset and he left. And I start to think about how many people, and maybe this is the takeaway from it. I'm not getting weird and saying this weird thing, but maybe here's the takeaway from it. How many of us as a believer, maybe you're watching this morning, you're not, and this is a very important message for you, because the viewpoint of Christianity today is at an all-time low in our country. I was sharing this with you when I came in this morning.
Yes.
That you go back to the 60s, the late 50s and the 60s, church attendance from 1920 to 2020, according to several sources that I was researching this on, church attendance was almost 60%. That means 6 out of 10 people in each household went to a church on a Sunday morning. That number is now at an all-time low since that point. And according to that chart that I showed you, I think it's well below 10%, which is very, it's crazy. And here's where I'm getting at. Maybe part of that, and I was telling you, I want to do research on this. And I want to put a survey out, and I want to reach everybody, whether they're a believer, non-believer, or what. I want to figure out a way to scientifically capture this information and do my own research on it. But I think a lot of it has to do with people in the church judging people that aren't in the church. People that are Christians that go around not loving on people. And this message is so important for us that are believers, and it's so important for the non-believer to hear this, that's not the root of Christianity. If you've ever been mistreated by somebody who claims to be a Christian, if I've ever mistreated or misspoke or said, I apologize, because that's not the attitude that we should have. It should be an attitude of love. It should be an attitude of gratitude, and it should be being there for people. You don't have to go and throw a Bible at people or sit there and preach their ears off. Show compassion and love to people first. That's what Jesus did. Yes. And it doesn't mean you got to, skim around some issues. There's things that are very important that do need to be discussed, but those things come later. The first initial thing should be loving on people and meeting people where they're at. Think of when I say that, Josie, and it doesn't have to be in a Christian context, but when you hear of somebody say love on people, meet them where they're at, what do you think that means? Because I think we all hear it, but do we know what it means?
To me, it means be a friend. Be someone that's welcoming to anyone and everyone. Just let them, just be there with them. Just be there.
I think it's important to be there for somebody, to meet them where they are, to not judge people. You don't know what season people are going through. Now, it's still important to speak truth into people, but you have to establish that relationship first.
Yes, yeah.
I'm a big believer in establishing that relationship first, and there's still a message for the masses, if you will, but I believe you establish trust and a relationship and a genuine friendship with people. Once you do that, it allows you to speak more truth into people's lives. Now, I think you can speak truth in anybody's life regardless, but if you really want to make an impact on those close to you, you need to develop a trust with that person. Doesn't mean you got to be their best, I said friend, but it doesn't mean you have to be someone's best friend or they're even their friend. You just need to develop trust with them. But I think about that a lot. What does it mean to love on people? What does it mean to meet people where they are? I think loving on people, look in our community. I've said this on this show. Look in our community. When you see people that don't have a place to sleep at night, are you ignoring them? Are you saying, well, there's another one of those people? Or are you truthfully reaching out and loving on them? Especially people that are involved in church or that are believers. Go talk to people. Put aside anything that you may be dealing with and go talk to those people and love on people. There's a guy here in town, James. Love James to pieces. Tried to help James. Many people in this community have offered help to James. And guess what? We're going to continue to offer help to James. He's dealing with a lot. He's been here for a long time. He's homeless. If I say the name like I did, James, many people in the community know who he is. I haven't seen him in a while, and I need to figure out where he's at because I worry about him. But he's a great guy. And just sit down and talk to him. Plant seeds in people's lives because you never know where that will go.
Yes.
I don't mind saying the names because people in this community know these people. Brandon is another guy that comes to mind. Think about it, Huntsville. How could we as a community radically change the lives of people who, we all have misfortunes and unfortunate circumstances, but there's not many of us that are homeless. How can we as a community come together and embrace people that are going through difficulty, like a James, like a Brandon. There's many others here in Huntsville as well. Friends, if you see those guys, go up to them, talk to them. I know sometimes they may not want to talk to you, but there's days where I have the privilege of talking to Brandon, and there's days where I don't, but there's days where I do. Friends, we just need to come together and love on people. I don't care where you're from, what your background is, what your belief is. I don't care what you've been through. I don't say that in a way that I'm like I don't care, but I'm telling you, it doesn't matter about those things. What matters is let's meet people where they are and let's love on people.
Yes.
That's what makes Huntsville such a unique place. Well, what's one way you can love on people? You can love on organizations.
Yes, you sure can.
You can help organizations, especially one that launched something 17 minutes ago.
17 minutes ago. Who could
Josie,
it be?
tell us a little bit about what's going on, and I'll show a couple of things here in a moment. Now, this isn't about me, so don't say anything. This is about Tomorrow's Promise. So tell us what's going on.
So we have started, well, Rob has started.
Together we've started.
An online auction to sell some items that will directly benefit our partner with the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. And if you don't know what that is, it's our partnership where Dolly Parton, the Imagination Library, pays for the books to be created, and we pay for the books to be mailed to the children in our community. And it's about $30 a year for one child, and they'll get one book every month from the time they're enrolled until they turn 5 years old. And it's a great way to make sure that all children have access to books and learning materials in the home. You can also sign a child up who is not your child, and the books will be mailed directly to them with the child's name on it. So it's very special for them too. It's something that's coming to them, and I think that's really important too.
Well, we have launched in partnership with Tomorrow's Promise, and Tomorrow's Promise Education Foundation, an online auction. We wanted to continue a little bit of the momentum from Lasso. It was a great event this year. You can start bidding on items. I have put on there 19 items that you can bid on starting now and through next Thursday. So this is only going to run for 8 days, but you can go to 32auctions.com/TPEF 2024. That is 32auctions.com/TPEF 2024. Stands for Tomorrow's Promise Education Foundation. Go there now and start bidding on these items. Well, what are the items, Josie? We have quite a bit.
Yes, we've got a lot of cool things. We've got some gift certificates for different things. We've got a $100 gift card for Buckner's Jewelers in town, a $10 gift card to NYC Nails and Spa. And then we have some really neat baskets left over. We've got a coffee basket, a daily affirmation basket, 2 months of free storage from Osprey Storage, digital wellness seminar. There's a couple of different online classes that you can.
Can I tell you about this digital wellness seminar, or it's a digital? It says Dig Detox. Digital wouldn't fit on the title. This digital detox jump. This is so cool. It's a way to start disconnecting from the digital. Now, you may look at that and be like, I don't know about that. This thing is valued at $500.
Yes, yeah.
We've got it only listed for $50. So maybe you've been struggling, and then 50 is the starting bid, by the way. Maybe you've been struggling with how to disconnect, or you want to learn more about why you should disconnect. This would be a great opportunity for you and your family to finally find some balance in your life.
Yes, and it is for you can use it for families as well. It doesn't just have to be you personally trying to disconnect. It can be you trying to lead your family to disconnect too.
A few other things on here. How about an oil change, tire rotation from Huntsville Toyota? You know what? It's a $75 value. Starting bid, $25. Detail. How many? Raise your hand if your car's dirty. Hold on. Let me wait just a second. Okay, wait. We're on the wrong thing here, Josie. Ready? Raise your hand if your car's dirty. Garbage. Mine's garbage, is what I like to call it.
Yes.
My car's dirty. Guess what? There's a detail from Huntsville Toyota as well that's listed on here. It's a $150 value. You know what? We're only starting the bidding at $50 on that.
That's awesome.
$50. How about this haunted tour of Huntsville certificate? Dr. Krim, you and 7 of your buddies.
That's one of my favorite items in there.
You and 7 of your buddies. You know how much that is? I went on her website and looked at the value. $385. You can bid on this for $75.
That's awesome.
You can bid on this. How about Bark Box? They have plans that start around $35 a month. You got a pup at home. Hey, this is one that Magnolia Kennel, the dog whisperer of Huntsville, Steph Valley, she knows about the dogs and their toys and their treats. Well, Bark Box, normally starting out around $35 a month, you can start bidding on one free month. You can cancel anytime. One free month, $15. You can bid on that right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I personally am going to bid on some of these items.
Yes.
There's a 1 month standard tutoring package, trying to boost your child's academic. You know that thing is worth $125. We only have it listed starting bid $25.
That's a great deal.
Really good deal.
It's a great deal for 1 whole month of tutoring.
I can already tell you another one that I'm going to bid on.
What?
Thanks to our friends at Huntsville Item. 1 night tower suite stay at Margaritaville. This could be valued at up to $250 depending on when you reserve it. $100 starting bid.
That one is awesome.
Like when I was adding these yesterday, I really wanted to start. I just wanted to be like, hey, can I buy it now? I'm not making this up. Scavenger hunt date. How cool is this? There's a scavenger hunt that you can do. This is an organization that puts these on. 2 people. It's a great date night. I looked up the value of this show. $70 value. Starting bid only $25.
My goodness.
Good date night.
Yes.
You and your fiance. Hey.
That would be a whole lot of
What's
fun.
your fiance's name again?
Brett.
Brett. Hey, bid. If you're into comics, check this out from our friends over at
Bricks and Heroes.
Bricks and Heroes. I was trying to think of the name. For some reason, I was going to say Sticks and Stones. Bricks and Heroes. Bricks and Heroes.
Close.
I looked this up. The value of all 3 of these comics, up to $100. Starting bid, $30. Great collector's item.
Yes.
So $30 there, starting the bid. Here's a few more items. Toadstool basket set. This thing's valued at $75. A really cool little basket set. Different things in there. That starts at $30. A couple of other really good ones here. A trailer rental of choice. This is from our friends at East Tex Trailer Rentals. They've got trailers that some of them exceed over 200. You can choose from 8 different trailers.
Oh, my goodness.
So, guys, if you're out there and you need a trailer, why don't you bid on this? Because we're only starting the bid at $25.
And that's a great thing to have, too, because about a month ago, we had some issues at the house that we were living at, and we had to move out, like, immediately. And it was very difficult. We were able to borrow a trailer, but it's one of those things that's would be really good to keep on hand just in case of an emergency.
Well, you can go right here. Just you can pop right here on the website. I'm trying to figure out how do I show both of them. Oh, you know what? I think I do that. There we go. All right, so there's that. And then the final one, there's another one on here that's really cool.
It's my favorite.
The Sam Houston Wine Tour. So I went on, Dr. Krim does this. By the way, the best storyteller by far in Huntsville. I went to her website. This was for 4. It includes 3 plus 1, which is you. So you and 3 of your buddies, right?
Got it.
Because it says on there, you and 3 people. The value of this alone, $700 value.
Oh, my goodness.
We only have it starting at $150 starting.
That's an amazing deal. That's a birthday.
So really cool opportunities this morning to be involved. This is just a way that we want to further help out our friends at Tomorrow's Promise. Again, this auction is online. It will run through next Thursday. Hey, maybe you said, those items are great, but I just want to help out. I just want to give. Well, guess what? You can also do a $10 donation. Super simple. We have plenty of opportunities there. Now, Josie said $30 to sponsor a child. I upped it to $40 just to give a little extra headroom there.
Perfect.
So donate $40, and that will absolutely cover a child for an entire year.
Yes. Yeah.
So, again, go to the website. It's 32auctions.com/TPEF 2024. You can start bidding on these items now. Please spread the word about this. We want this to be a success. I did the value. If you take away the donations of the $10 and $40 just straight cash donations, it's almost $3,000 additional dollars that we can raise for Tomorrow's Promise Educational Foundation. And honestly, if you take that $3,000, and I'm just doing the simple math here, you take the $3,000, let's divide it into 40, you're going to sponsor 75 more children.
Yes. Yes, and that's what we hope to do. We only hope to keep growing how many children we're reaching in our community and hopefully soon surrounding communities as well.
So, yeah, if you can go right now to this auction, again, online, 32auctions.com/TPEF 2024. That officially launched this morning at 8 a.m. It is now open. Bid on these items because I'm telling you, I'm going to bid on a few of them. And if you better get on there and outbid me if you want to try to get them, because I'm going to keep bidding on a few of them. Trust me. That Margaritaville one's really got my name on it.
Yes, that one's awesome.
I'm going to take that thing up pretty good. Again, 32auctions.com/TPEF 2024. And I appreciate Tomorrow's Promise for allowing me the privilege to help further promote what you guys are doing. And we'll see how this goes. If
Yes.
this turns out to be a success, which I believe it will, then we'll do more of these online auctions as well to help raise awareness in our
Awesome.
community.
Well, we really appreciate it.
You bet. Share that link, friends. Hey, let's take one final break. When we come back, we will wrap up our show this morning. We've got about 10 more minutes or so. All you got to do, by the way, you want to win some money today? Well, it's super simple. What do they got to text in, Josie?
REST. REST.
Not respect. E-S-P-E-C. No, it's R-E-S-T. Rest is the keyword. All you got to do is text that in on the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line. That number 936-339-0139. Text that in along with your name on the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line. One final time, REST to 936-339-0139. As always, our shows here on this wonderful Wednesday brought to you by Tomorrow's Promise, over 25 years of educational excellence here throughout Huntsville and Walker County. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. More to come as we continue on and wrap up on the other side. This is your show. It's Good Morning Huntsville.
Welcome to Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville, where we've been caring for your furry family members for over 4 decades. Nestled at 877 IH 45 South, our kennel is a perfect retreat for your pet. With a climate-controlled facility, spacious exercise yards, we ensure a comfortable and enjoyable stay. At Magnolia Kennel, we offer a range of options including overnight boarding, extended stay boarding, and doggy day out. But that's not all. We also provide additional pampering services like baths and nail care to keep your pets looking and feeling their best. Making a reservation is a breeze at magnoliakennel.com. We take great pride in our dedication to the community, supporting our local fire departments by providing oxygen pet masks. Stay connected and enjoy adorable pet updates by following us on Facebook. Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville is where dogs get to be dogs. Visit us at magnoliakennel.com to book your pet's next stay. We can't wait to meet your 4-legged family members.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
Illuminate your child's future at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools in Huntsville. Established in 1997 by Kay Boning, our award-winning center merges Christian values with 25 years of Montessori excellence, promoting wonder and discovery in every child. As the only Montessori school within 45 miles, we provide a fun and friendly environment, individualized Montessori methods, and love and care as if each child were our own. Safety is a priority, and with a recent $50,000 investment, our facilities inspire growth, creativity, and learning. Plus, as a nonprofit, we open Montessori doors to families of all economic backgrounds. Partner with the community pillar where every child's promise shines bright. Discover Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools today. Visit tpms.life. That's tpms.life.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
So, what's inside the mysterious little box?
Whoa, what box? Oh, that box over there.
You went to Elliot.
Wait, don't open it yet. Oh, and yes, I went to see Elliot's Jewelers just a couple of days ago.
Inside the box, is it golden?
Well, I was a little concerned about the price of gold because it's high, but Elliot really helped me find something beautiful and monetarily agreeable.
Oh, well, hey, can I open it now? Please?
Whoa, just a little longer. You have to at least wait until Christmas Day.
Oh, well, I can do that.
Elliot's Jewelers. Fine jewelry and engravable gifts. Schedule your appointment at elliotsjewelers.com. That's ELLIOTTS Jewelers.com.
Make sure there's something extra special inside the mysterious little box you give this season.
Support for SpiritRadio.fm comes from loyal listeners just like you. Want to help spread the good news across Huntsville and beyond? Underwriting opportunities are available for loyal listeners, businesses, and nonprofits. Visit SpiritRadio.fm and tap Donate today.
This is Kay Boning with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, and you're listening to Spirit Radio.
All right, back out of time now, 8:32 as we wrap up here in just a few moments. Thanks for being with us. As always, we always appreciate you here on Good Morning Huntsville. Good morning. Is it Huntsville or Huntsville, Josie?
I say Huntsville.
Huntsville. I like to put a little twang in it down there. Huntsville. Where y'all from, boy? Huntsville, Texas. Hey, a few things today. We're going to get over to our 0 Degree Creations phone and text line, which is back up and running because I installed the software yesterday. I actually did. Actually got it up and going. It took a while.
Nice.
Michelle helped me. We were having to test a bunch of stuff. Hey, here's a couple of things today that we wanted to make sure that we go over. We always like to talk about what is it the day of and all these kind of corny jokes. On this date in 1608, Hans Lippershey. Lippershey. How would you say that last name? Hans Lippershey. Offered the Dutch government his new invention, the telescope. The telescope.
Neat.
They weren't wild about having to put a coin in it for 10 minutes, but it was appreciated. The only openly opposition to the invention was his next door neighbor, who unfortunately did not have a shower curtain. That's pretty good. He claimed to have invented to discover new galaxies after his wife caught him with the telescope. Not very good. The government thanked him, but asked him to remove the quarter for 5 minutes device on it. He said it was for the stars and planets, but we know better. In 1862, 10 cans with key openers were patented. Do you remember? Well, we don't remember these. I was going to do you remember these? I remember seeing pictures of them. 10 cans with key openers. Until that time, you had to remember a combination to open up cans. Just kidding. That's another bad joke. It was on this date in 1950 that Charles Schulz, you know Charles Schulz? Come on, you should know this. Peanuts?
Oh!
Snoopy?
Yeah.
Snoopy. Charles Schulz's Peanut comic strip debuted in 9 newspapers. That would make Charlie, he's still young, but he's 73 years old. Charlie Brown's still going. Boy, if Lucy pulls out that football one more time, it could kill him. It was the only place where you could get psychiatric help for a mere 5 cents back then also. And there was grief, but the grief was good. Oh, good grief, Charlie Brown. On this date, 1956, the very first atomic-powered clock started up, by the way. So pretty cool there. Today is Guardian Angels Day. Name Your Car Day. Do you have a name for your car?
No.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Don't do that. International Walk to School Day. Do you walk to the Montessori school?
No, I do not.
No walking?
Mm-mm.
What if it was it's an international school? What if you had to walk to an international school?
Oh my goodness.
You'd be walking for a long time.
Yes.
National.
Don't hitchhike.
Can I give a shout out real quick to this one? Because how many times do we take this for granted? It is National Custodial Workers Day today. You know, we have such a wonderful lady here at our church here at First that does such a tremendous job, to Lois. We just love her and appreciate all that she does. I think a lot, too, on Thursdays, I have the privilege of going to Samuel Walker Houston Elementary School. We volunteer during lunch to help kids open their milk cartons and all these things. And there's several custodial workers there. We just love those ladies and appreciate them. In fact, when I was in high school, I used to hang out with a couple of the guys. One of them was named Mr. Scroggins. I'll never forget him. And another one was Mr. Leo Martinez, and they were just good guys.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, one day when I was at Georgetown, of all the places I'm eating, and this was just me visiting, and guess who was in there? I remembered my custodian from when I was a kindergartner in elementary school, and he was still there, and I went up and gave him a hug and took a picture with him. And,
That's awesome.
Yeah, and now that I'm thinking about this, let me see if I can find that picture because I think it's Danny. Danny was his name, Daniel, and I'm trying to. Let's see if I can find this. Let's see. You just got me thinking about this real quick because these folks need to be supported.
Yes.
Let me see if I can find it on Facebook because I know that I probably would have posted it. Posted from you. No, it's not there, man. Anyways, I have a picture of me and Mr. Danny together, and I just never. He was my custodian in kindergarten. I still remembered him.
And you remembered him. I bet that was so special to him.
Yeah, so thank those folks. They do such great work. It's National Scallops Day. You scallop eater?
I have a couple of times.
Are you a kale eater? National Kale Day? Kale, no, I don't eat that stuff. And National Pumpkin Seed Day.
I do like pumpkin seeds.
That's like the only part of the, well, you know that pumpkins, we said, we were mentioning on the show the other day, like only 10% of the pumpkins ever get eaten because they're all, 90% of them are thrown out because of Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
You just use them for the jack-o'-lanterns. By the way, Halloween just 4 weeks from tomorrow. It's coming up today. Tiffany, the singer, she's 53 today. The singer famous for her song, I Think We're Alone Now. Kelly Ripa, 54 today. Country singer Kelly Willis is 56 today. I don't know many of these folks at all. Sting celebrates birthday number 73 today. Rex Reed is a movie critic. I do know him. He's 86 today. Name Your Car Day, by the way. Let's go back to this. AutoNation surveyed 2,500 car owners, asking them to reveal their car's nickname. One fun fact, we seem to prefer names that begin with a B. If you were to name your car, Josie, what would you name your car? If you were to name it. This has got a long pause here from
yes.
See, this is critical thinking.
Well,
Josie.
I had something that popped in the top of my head, but I can't say it.
Oh, it wasn't say worthy. Okay. All right. Betsy, number 1. Bessie, Baby, or Betty?
Betty popped into my head, but
Betty's the Beast popped into my head. Beast is there. Sally, Bertha popped into my head. Bertha. This is funny. Lucy, Big Red, and Buddy. These are names over. Now here are the names that men would choose: Betsy, the Beast, Sally, Lucy, Bertha, Bessie, Billy, Turbo, Baby, Big Red, Buddy, Fiesta, Stella, and Steve.
Stella and Steve.
Here's the top car names women would choose: Betsy, Bessie, Baby, Bertha. Sounds like a song. Oh, Betsy, Bessie, Baby, Bertha, come on down. Herbie, Precious, Sally, Alice, Big Blue, Big Red, and Blue. Those are the names. So some very important information that you need to know.
Yes.
Hey, things you need to know. Oh, man, this is tough. Former American picker star Frank Fritz has now died.
Oh.
Man, that is just, I really enjoyed that TV show. Boy, 58 years old. And for those of you, I'll show let me see if I can do this, Josie. If I show the picture there, folks.
Oh, yeah.
That's him. People will recognize him. 58 years old, passing away, had a stroke 2 years ago.
Oh, my goodness.
I didn't even know that he had a stroke.
That's so young, too.
But, yeah, he has passed away, and I love that show. It's always a lot of fun. Fritz's former co-host and friend Mike Wolf confirmed the news on Instagram yesterday as he shared that Fritz died on September the 30th, close to 60 years old. John Amos, who starred the family patriarch in the hit 1970 sitcom Good Times, has earned an Emmy nomination for his role in the seminal 1977 miniseries Roots. He has died of natural causes at 84. When I first read that, I almost misread it as John Stamos. I was like, no, not John Stamos. It was John Amos. The joke was on The Simpsons fans as Sunday night season 36 premiere appeared to be more of a season finale. It's the longest running cartoon in history.
Really?
36 years, still going. It's all but 4 years of my life that show has been on, and
wow.
I've watched it all 36 years. My uncle used to tell me to turn that off. He did not like that. George Clooney has sold his longtime Los Angeles home to Christian McCaffrey and Olivia Cooper for $14.5 million.
Wow.
Boy, what would you do with $14.5 million, Josie?
A lot. I'd buy 3 houses.
3 big houses.
A new car.
We talked about this yesterday. If you won the lottery, Jamie said the first thing he would do is tithe. So he put us all on a guilt trip. Thank you, Jamie. You're exactly right.
Yes.
We did not mention this yesterday, but we did put it up on our Hello Huntsville Facebook page. Happy birthday. Put aside your political differences. This is a huge milestone. Happy birthday, President Jimmy Carter, 100 years old.
Wow.
Yesterday. He's the first former president to hit the century mark. He's already been the oldest living president by a long mile. I mean, I don't think many of them live past 90, so he's already been in the running as the oldest president of all time, living president. Well, now 100 years. You know, he went on hospice a year and a half ago.
Wow.
Still going though. So congratulations and happy birthday to President Carter. The 50th season premiere of Saturday Night Live pulled in over 5 million viewers this past weekend, the biggest first episode since 2020. You know, to this day, I've never watched a full episode of Saturday Night Live.
Really?
Have you?
I haven't watched any of the newer episodes, but when I was younger, my parents used to watch it a lot.
Brian Williams was a former NBC host, got in some hot water. Well, he's in talks to host election night coverage on Amazon Prime. So Amazon, not only now, involved in football, now they're getting into politics. So they're, great, good for them. Won't be watching. 85,000 dock workers, we mentioned this earlier, from Texas to Maine, out on strike. This is affecting the port of entries because of all of that. And I think that's about, Verizon. Do you have Verizon phones?
No, AT&T.
Okay, well, Verizon went down for a while on Monday, leaving thousands of customers in panic mode. Then yesterday, Sony's PlayStation network went down for several hours.
Wow.
What's going on?
I saw Tammy had posted something on Facebook about
PlayStation. She's in the middle of playing PlayStation and went down. So what did you do about the Verizon?
About the Verizon, yes.
Did you know there's a vanilla Kit Kat bar out now? A couple of things you need to know that are really important. Vanilla Kit Kat, kind of weird. Starting October 10th, my friends over at Burger King. I love Burger King, but I shouldn't, but I do. They're getting into a serious Halloween spirit with the Addams Family menu to celebrate the return of Wednesday to Netflix this month. Among your choices, Gomez's Churro Fries, Things Rings, Mordecai's Kooky Chocolate Shake, and Wednesday's Whopper, which comes complete with a bright purple burger bun.
How cool.
So I wonder what dye they're using in that bun that's not good for you. By the way, 2 special ginger ale flavors have been brought back to stores, Canadian Dry Cranberry and Blackberry.
That sounds good.
I had ginger ale. Went to the dollar store. Haven't been in a long time. We went to the dollar store the other day. They had the Canadian Dry. I bought a bunch of them. Love
like
ginger.
the big cans?
Yes.
They have those a lot.
They are so good. Did you know that Volkswagen makes ketchup? We mentioned some other things that they do, but they make ketchup. It's got quite a following in Germany. It comes with a hint of curry, and to celebrate its 75th anniversary, they're going to introduce it to America in the coming months. It's called Volkswagen's Gurich Ketchup.
Interesting.
Gurich. That's why they call it. That's where it comes from. Domino's has added 2 non-pizza items to their menu, 2 flavors of mac and cheese, 5 cheese, and spicy buffalo. And the makers of Jell-O branching out. They're now offering furniture that looks like it's made of
Jell-O?
Jell-O.
How fun.
Today's impossible question. Almost 1 in 4 of us never use what? 1 in 4 of us never use this. Think about that real quick as we continue on. Did you know that over 40% of the U.S. has changed the thermostat at work at least once when no one's looking? You ever done that?
Oh, yeah.
Thermostat changer. Do you like it colder or warmer?
Warmer.
Warmer. Okay. See, I like it colder. 23% of women say that leaving wet towels on the bed is their partner's worst habit. Bridget, the children, after we bathe them, wet towel goes on the bed. 28% of people say that they would not get bored without the internet. They would not get bored without the internet. 28. So that means that there's like over 60 that would get bored. That's kind of scary.
Yes.
In the U.S. each year, 4,500 people injure themselves using what? 4,500. I've done this before. It wasn't a major injury. Pencil. 4,500 people injure themselves with pencils.
Interesting.
On average, thankfully I didn't today. You didn't either, Josie. We forget to use deodorant 5 times a month. How could you forget 5 times a month? You need to speak up.
I forget sometimes.
Yeah, people need to speak up. Over the past 20 years, by the way, we've consumed 25% less milk. Has that led to more broken bones? Somebody needs to do a study.
Maybe.
My grandmother was 93. She never had a broken bone in her life.
Wow.
She drank 2 gallons of milk a week. She also drank 3 Dr. Peppers a day. Kind of evens it out.
Yes.
A study from Harvard shows the average person stops having birthday parties at age 33. Well, I stopped at like 22. So 39% of American adults eat fast food every day, and 60% of us will more than likely use one or more search engines today. Our impossible question as we go back and wrap up here in just a few moments. Almost 1 in 4 of us will never use what? What were you thinking, Josie?
Glasses?
Glasses. Okay. That's a good answer or good guess. Almost 1 in 4 of us will never use physical mail. Physical mail.
Wow.
Autumn had a good one. 1 in 4 never use blinkers. That would have been a good one.
So true.
Yeah, that would have been a good one. Jamie Saucier said mouthwash. So a lot of good answers. Hey, I'm going to give away some money today, and let's head over to the 0 Degree Creations Phone and Text line. There we go. This is one of those weird.
It's your phone.
Oh, you know what? This may not work. I don't see anything coming through.
Oh.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to...
I didn't win today. Let's go to the next one. The randomizer is just spitting numbers out at me today, so let's go to the next. You know who that was?
Who?
I just looked. That was Mayor Humphrey.
Oh.
Mayor, you were the one. Don't worry. Hey, Russell, by the way, I still have these for you. I'm going to deliver these to you. Russell won these, and I have like a gift card for him, too.
Nice.
Russell, I still have some things here to give you, by the way. Rick brought those in from 0 Degree. Let's head back over. Let's try another number here. That sounds a little more like normal.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Shh, whisper. My kids are sleeping. You ever get annoyed with that? You know, when you go into someone's house and they tell you to be quiet because their kids are sleeping, and it's like intrusive.
I haven't. I don't.
Well,
I don't go to anybody's house. And when they come to my house, it's nice and peaceful and quiet because I don't have any kids.
Or like some people, some people will be like, or you'll go to their. Okay, so here's a situation real quick.
Mm-hmm.
You go into their house, or they come to your house. They come to your house,
Mm-hmm.
and they bring their children. Their children fall asleep on your couch, and they tell you, "Hey, can you keep it down?" That's happened to me. I'm like, you better take your child out of here because this is my house. So,
No, I don't have those problems.
All right, Jennifer Gustanetti, you're our winner today. So we got a little cash coming your way today. You won last week.
I did.
Yeah.
And people keep telling me the way I win that I should play the lottery, but I don't gamble. I don't play the lottery.
Yeah, don't. Well, you are gambling here on the show by texting in to win, by the way. So you're gonna have to.
I mean, it's just a contest. It's
No,
a contest. But I do win contests all the time. I mean, because I love playing contests. And I mean, the biggest thing I've ever won was a round trip, all inclusive, to Destin, Florida. It was a beautiful resort on Destin Beach. I mean, that was like the biggest thing I've ever won, and it was awesome. But,
well, I mean, we have a lot of
but
people.
I love winning. I love engaging.
I'm looking at the screen. We have a lot of people texting in, so it's not like you're the only one. There's a lot of people that text in. It's just the randomizer favors you. So
It does.
Well, it favored Russell at first, but for some reason the call didn't go through. So
he didn't answer. Sorry,
yeah.
Mayor.
And he said, I'm here. Russell said, I'm here. So, well, hey, Jennifer, appreciate
no.
you. Josie's with us from Tomorrow's Promise. You probably know Josie, or you've heard from her before.
Yes, I saw her at Lasso Your Imagination.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, how did you like the event, by the way, Jennifer?
Oh, I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was awesome. I brought my
Awesome.
best friend, and we had a great time.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
I'm
and
so glad to hear
and guess
that.
what? She won tickets on this show to Lasso.
Awesome.
I did win the tickets, and then I bidded on, I think, 3 different items, and I left with 2 huge gift baskets.
Oh,
from
perfect.
the
I'm
bidding.
glad to hear
I
that.
loved them.
Nice.
They were awesome.
Well,
Good.
if you do have any extra scratch laying around, we do have that online auction going now. So there's some.
I saw.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go and check that
Yeah,
out.
I'm hopping on a few of those items myself. That'll make my wife happy if I win some of those. So
Yes.
Well, hey Jennifer.
Definitely.
Hey, before we go, not to boast about us, but what do you love most about our show and Hello Huntsville?
just the interaction and the engagement and learning new things. You know, like not everybody has time to, you know, really get out and about. So y'all really highlight a lot of things that's always going around and going on, and just, yeah, it's awesome.
Awesome. Well, appreciate that.
The newsletter by the email is really informative as well. So
that's all Michelle. That's nothing to do with me. She. If you haven't noticed, by the way, the Soch has really picked up. The Soch is how like old people like me try to be cool and fit in with the Josie generation. Is we say the Soch has picked up.
That's funny. I noticed you use that word the other day. I was like, oh, he's trying to be hip for real.
trying to be cool, you know. But no, Michelle has done a really good job. So, well, hey, Jennifer, we appreciate you. God bless you. And, hey, take care of yourself, and congratulations. Send me your Venmo or Cash App. Text that in, and we'll send that over to you, all right?
Thank you. Y'all have a blessed day.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, there she is, Jennifer Augusta. She's been watching the show since we started.
Really?
Yeah, and there's
That's
something
awesome.
like the past 2 weeks, because I have a new system in here, I didn't set up the phone line. It just wasn't the same.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to start, Josie. What is it? What am I trying to say? The sound. The what sound is it game. I want to do the secret sound.
Oh.
And I would love to do that. I just need a sponsor for that. If we can find somebody that can and it'll be great promotion because it'll be every single day on the show.
Mm-hmm.
We're thinking like $500 a month, which is really good, which is affordable for a lot of businesses. Not everybody,
Yes.
but a lot of businesses, you know, especially like a hearing center.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to have a secret sound where we just play like something as simple as this. And then you got to guess what that is. And if you don't get it, then the next day it goes up $10 more and $10 more and $10 more and $10 more.
That would be really cool.
Yeah. And so I'm just thinking, you know, if we had $500, you know, have someone commit for 6 months, $500 a month as a sponsor,
Mm-hmm.
we'd make a little bit because we need to for our time. But then the majority of that money would go towards the contest.
Yes, that's a good price for advertising,
Yeah.
too.
So if anybody wants to sponsor the Secret Sound, I reached out to an audiology clinic here in town. I didn't hear back from them. That would have been perfect, right?
Yes, it would have been.
I'm going to go to the hearing aid place, you know, and say, hey, you want to sponsor the Secret Sound? What is it? Turn it up some. All right, friends, that'll wrap it up. It's been a fun morning here on another edition of Good Morning Huntsville. We'll be back at it tomorrow, Thursday, our Thankful Thursday. Pastor Jason Bay joining us, and we'll close out the week on Friday with Billy Cawthon. Also, Deanna Irwin coming in, talking about the Peyton Irwin Foundation on Friday. Tomorrow, just hanging out with Billy and I, and then Deanna will be joining us again on Friday. We got a lot more going on. Fair on the Square this weekend. Sign up for our newsletter if you haven't already. By the way, too, sign up for our 40 Days of Prayer Guide. Almost 100 people have signed up for that now. It's a daily prayer that's sent out usually every morning around 6 a.m. From now up until the election day. Non-political,
Awesome.
nonpartisan, just 40 days of prayer for our nation as we head into this election. Something I think that we all need, especially after that number I talked about, under 10% of people going to church.
Yes.
Friends, we gotta do better. So, hey, we love you. Josie, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
That's it. We'll wrap it up. We'll be back tomorrow, 7:30. As always, friends, we love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for helping us promote this platform so we can promote the good in our community. Big shout out, as always, to Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. For more information, go online to tomorrowspromise.info if you are looking not for a daycare, but a child care facility that will educate your children with the Montessori method. See you tomorrow at 7:30 as I Endeavor Broadcast, reminding you we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. Please provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. Good morning, and God bless. We'll see you tomorrow at 7:30. So long, everyone. See you, Josie.
Bye.